Hey guys, so this video here, it's kind of a postscript to the video I just finished up and put online about the producer and bass player Bill Laswell. And it's kind of just to give a little more info about some of the guys that he played with that I didn't really cover in the video because it's not necessary for his story. But I'd mentioned when he moved to New York in like '77, he came with a guy named Dennis Weeden, who he'd played with in the band, around Lansing and Ann Arbor and places like that. He was a guitarist, and did a little more reading up on him. I guess when they came to New York, he they lived together for about a year, and then he kind of went off doing his own thing. He did some recording with Madonna, apparently. I think it might show up like on a B-side of one of her singles, and maybe toured with her. But he put out or was involved in a single, 12-inch single on the Clappers label, Clappers music label, and it's I guess really a rap song called Miss DJ Wrap It Up.
You asked for rap, well now you got it. If I can't end it, I won't start it. Even though it's just for fun, the world must know I'm number one. I want the straights on the left, the curves on the right. I'm gonna rap and roll you till you all unite. Get on up, no more sitting down. I am the baddest witch in town. And Master Flash is hot and Curtis Blow is cool. And I'm like Eve, I broke.
I'd never heard of it. I just found it online. It's kind of interesting. It looks like Clappers Music is kind of like a reggae label, and it's kind of an odd production, but he's credited with like the rhythm and horn arrangement as well as the production on this single. And I noticed too, it's if you're into early hip hop rap and you've never seen this book, you might want to pick it up. This is by the British musician David Toop. He went to New York in the early '80s and kind of got way involved in the early hip-hop scene, figuring out what it was all about, and wrote this wonderful book called Rap Attack, which is a great on-the-ground documentary history of the early hip-hop movement in New York. But in the back of the book, he lists what he calls his lightning swords of death, which are like 100 important hip-hop singles, early hip-hop and rap singles. And number 70 is this single that Dennis Weeden here did, the Ms. DJ Wrap It Up. So I thought that was interesting. I'd never really caught that before, or made that connection. And as well, he recorded a CD under the alias Menace. Now, I've actually had this in my collection, but I didn't know that's who this was. I always wondered who this guy was. And, but this is an album that Bill Laswell produced. Kind of a funk thing. It's Dennis Weeden on guitar and vocals, and a lot of the P-Funk crew on here. Bootsy Collins, Bernie Worrell. Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss. It's okay.
What you want, feel what you feel. How could you think of me leaving you alone? This is the time to change your mind. It's just so far-fetched.
And there's another CD that this came out in '89, and then like '93, another CD by Dennis Weeden under the name Menace, or actually it's Zupadelica featuring Menace. The CD came out in Japan only. It's it's called The Life and Times of One Chocolate Baby. Another kind of modern funk. And also he did some cool artwork, kind of looks like marker illustrations. He did the cover. I found this fascinating. The cover to Lou Reed's "Take No Prisoners" album. And also Sly and Robbie's Taxi Gang their album called The Sting. Did the cover on that, artwork for that, and the reggae musician Yellow Man did the cover for his album Rambo. The Sly and Robbie and the Yellow Man are both from 1986 on a label called Moving Target, which was associated somehow with Celluloid Records, so you know, probably through his connections with Bill Laswell and Laswell's connections with Celluloid Records, that work came about. But I thought that was interesting. Some pretty cool artwork there. So that's Dennis Weeden, one of the guitarists that Laswell played with back in Michigan. And then there's another guy that I discovered just looking around today, who had played with Bill